Hello Blue Prism folks. I am Bharat Juneja. I welcome you to my YouTube channel. Let's start. In this video we will discuss about the OLEDB and we will read the bulk data from an Excel file. And also we will see lot of SQL queries which we can use in OLEDB. Earlier we posted this video in which we tell about the concept of OLEDB, all about the actions of OLEDB objects. So if you don't have any basic knowledge of OLEDB, you can watch this video. I will give the link in the description box and also in the I button. So you in this video we will see how can we read the bulk data first. So reading a Excel sheet is easy process, but if we are going to read bulk data, means bulk means it depends upon the configuration of your system. If your system has a good configuration, good RAM, means 8 GB, 12 GB, then the bulk definition of bulk data change for you. For example, this is my system and this is the configuration. See, now I am able to read 1 lakh rows of an Excel file. I mean more than 1 lakh rows. I am able to read that data. It may happen you can read 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh rows in your system as well, but it is also possible that you can't read 50,000, 60,000 rows. It all depend upon your system configuration. So let's start and see. So I have created this process. There are two methods of reading Excel file. One is Excel VBO, another is OLEDB. So we will read the Excel file. This is Excel file. Let me show you. This contains two type of data. Means there are two sheets. One contains 50 rows, another contains more than 1 lakh rows. See. Yeah. We will read this file, I mean this bulk data, with the help of MS Excel VBO and OLEDB. Repeat, if you wanna get some basic knowledge of OLEDB or you are not aware of the actions of OLEDB, then you can watch the video which we posted earlier. So let's go to the Blue Prism and read the file with the help of MS Excel VBO. In this, let me show you, we are gonna read bulk ordered sheet which contains more than 1 lakh rows. We got more than 1 lakh rows in the collection. See, you can see 121 pages are there and one page contains 1000 rows. In my system we are able to read 1,20,000 rows. You may get an error on your system. We will discuss some tricks to resolve that error and read bulk data later. First we see how can we read the bulk data with the help of OLEDB. So this is the command, means query, select star from sheet name. With the help of this we can read the whole sheet or all the data of the sheet. See, we are able to read the data with the help of OLEDB as well. There are 1,20,336 rows. Let me open this collection. See, we are getting an error. The form collection property has encountered an unknown error and has been forced to close. Please contact Blue Prism for technical support if this problem persists. So means we are unable to open the collection property form because there is an unknown error. As you may know, there isn't uh, any limit of the collection. Means a collection can contain billions of rows. It all depends upon the configuration of your system. If your system has a good memory, a good processor, a good RAM, then you can store multiple or billions of rows in this. But if your system has a less memory, less RAM, slow processor, then you will encounter these kind of errors. Also, there is another exception or error which occurs is system out of memory exception. So if you are facing these kind of errors, then you should know, means you are trying to read the data, or you are trying to access a data which a very large amount of data, bulk data, and your system is unable to store that data in RAM or unable to access that data. That's why you are getting these kind of errors. So now what is the solution if we are getting these type of errors and if we want to read millions of rows in Excel, but our system has a very small RAM or a small processor. So if you are facing these kind of issues, then you have to use these SQL statements. For example, if your sheet has 1 lakh rows and you want to read all those rows and you want to access all those rows, then you have to just apply these kind of SQL statement. Select top. You can, means in computer science there is a basic rule or a algorithm we follow. If you are dealing with large amount of data, or if our program has a very large data, or means program contains many number of lines or code, then what we do is we divide that program in sub programs. We divide that portion in sub portions. Similarly we will do here, means divide and conquer. Similarly we are gonna do here, means instead of reading all the Excel in one step, we will read the Excel in multiple steps. We will read rows, 10,000 rows, or we can read 20,000 rows. Again, it depends upon the configuration of your system. If your system is fine with 10,000 rows, then you can go with 10,000. Read first 10,000, then next, then next, then next, like this. We are gonna select 1,000 rows from the bulk order sheet. Okay. Let me refresh it. Again, look at this. Select top 1,000 star from bulk orders. This star or asterisk sign is for the columns, means it will read all the columns of the bulk order, and this 1,000 means the 1,000 rows. So let's set this next stage and trigger the process. Step out. Okay. Done. See, now we got only 1,000 rows in our collection. See, This is how we can deal with bulk data. And also there is another method to read the data. For example, if this sheet contains 1,000 rows, but you need only rows which contain which contain pencil in the item column. Okay, so we can do on the basis of this as well. What we will do, this concept is different than filter collection. In filter collection, first we fetch all the data in collection and then we apply filter. But in this scenario, we will directly apply the filter on the collection and fetch the data from Excel with a filter with on a basis of a condition. So for that we use SQL statement like this: select top 1,000, start from bulk orders where item is equal to pencil, like this. Okay, now again reset and run. See, again we got 1,000 rows, but see, but all the items have pencil, means all the rows contain this pencil item. See, all the 1,000 rows. Similarly, we can apply condition on this as well, means pencil and region should be east and item should be pencil, like this, and region is equal to east. Set next stage and run. Again we will get 1,000 rows because there are lakhs of rows and we are just fetching 1,000 rows. If there are 1,000 rows which contains region as east and item as pencil, then we will get 1,000 results. Otherwise we will get less than 1,000 results. So there will be maximum 1,000 results. So this is how we can apply, we can limit our search, means just we need 1,000 results, that's it. Again, this is also depends upon the configuration of your system, because if you have a good processor, so this page will execute very quickly, means these kind of statements will take less time. So we are done. Let's see the collection and see region contains east, 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 and item contains pencil. See, so this is how we can apply filters on the bulk data or on the Excel sheet and fetch the desired or the required rows on the basis of this filter or this where clause. If you have knowledge of SQL, then you must be aware of this concept of where. Else you can see this one. Just you need to type the collection name, or sorry, column name, where item and whatever your condition is. You can also apply conditions like item is less than 100, greater than 100, or means if it is a number data type, and we can apply all the relational operator, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to, etc. And now we will discuss the concept of this star. Let me show you. For example, let's we applied this query and we as I told that this asterisk is for all the columns, but we need only one column from the collection. Earlier we applied the filter on rows, number of rows. Now we applied the filter on columns. Like select top 1000 from bulk order, and I think items, item, again we got 1000 rows but only one column. See, there is only column of item. So this is how you can filter, apply a filter on columns as well. Just give the name of column here, and if we want to fetch two columns like repetition items, so we will give one column again here, item and rep, and separated by comma. Let me show you this in Notepad. And let's remove this where clause and fetch only 10 rows. Okay, select top 10 items and repetition from bulk orders, and select this, don't save, and apply here. Okay, set next stage and step out. Because we are searching for 10 rows, so it's take very less time. See, we got only 10 column, 10 rows and 2 columns. First these are first 10 columns, like this ones. And again, let me show you, this is how we can apply filter on columns and on rows. So this is are some tricks to deal with bulk data. Now one more thing is like this this dollar sign. I will come on this later, but see, now I want to fetch the data of a particular range. Like if you are aware of a range in Excel, like this is our range. This starts with 8, 11 and ends at G 18. Okay, I want only this data, means these number of rows and columns. A 11 colon G, let's say G20. Okay, this is how we can enter the range after dollar sign range. First column, first cell and last cell. Let's copy this and go back to Blue Prism and update our query. Okay, select top 10 from bulk. Is it there? Choose. Okay, from bulk order dollar A11 Z20. Reset, set next stage. Oh, the thing we miss is this top 10, because now it won't select top 10 because it will select all the data in between this range A11 to G20, so we can't use top here. Reset, set next stage. See, we got 9 rows from A11 to this. First row became the header of that Excel file. Sorry, this first row became the header of the collection, because we are just dealing with this range 11 to 20. So there isn't any header because header is saved in our first row. Okay, let me show you one more thing which I already told in that video, OLEDB video. See, this collection, this OLEDB is making first row as the header. Okay, but we can also decide whether we want to make the first row as header or not. For this, we have to go to connection string and see this one, header, HDR header, and this row stands for row. Means if we give the value no here and run the process again, then this will not create the first row as header, and we will get 10 rows here. See, in results we got 10 rows because first row is not header now. See, and by default headers, or the default name of headers, are F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, and so on. 6, 7, 8, 9, so on. So these are our default name of columns, or our headers, or we can say fields. F stands for fields. Field 1, field 2, field 3, field 4. And we got all the 10 rows here. So this is how we can select or get the particular range from an Excel file. Next topic or next filter, which is this $sign. In last video or in OLEDB video, I didn't tell why we use this $sign, but this $sign is we use this $signs after the name of the sheet, and this $signs tells means this sheet is already created. Here dollar indicates the Excel table or sheet already exists in the workbook, and if you want to create a new workbook or a new sheet, then do not use dollar. And let's say if we don't use this $sign and give a new orders, I think this will not work, because this will work in insert command. When we insert the data, then it will create a new sheet and enter the data in that sheet. But let's try what happens if we do this. See, because a new orders is not a local object, because this new order is not a sheet. That's why we are getting this error. So we have one more query, this one. Select star from bulk data, union all, select star from sales data. With the help of this query, we can combine or merge two queries. Means if you want to select two type of data, or you want to enter two type of queries, you can do like this: first query, second select query, and union all. For example, if you want to select two range, like first range is A1 to G1 and another one is A11 to Z200, A101 to Z200. So we can select like this. This will select one row, means first row from A1 to Z1, and this will select 100 rows from A101 to Z200. Let me show you. And we will get one collection which contain 101 rows. First row, and from A101 to Z200. We will get these rows. So this is how we can select two different ranges, the data of two different ranges in one collection or in one step. So I'm telling you this because we are gonna use this query to read the bulk data. Till now we have seen some queries like top query, where clause, and some another select queries to select the particular data. But we are gonna, the main objective of this video was to read the bulk data. So for that, I have created this logic to read the bulk data. So we are assuming that we are gonna read this file, and we don't know the number of rows and number of columns in advance. So first we are gonna fetch the number of columns, and once we get the number of columns, then we will be able to select this range or make this query. So I have applied the logic to find the number of columns. Like first I have set the collection as we do, and then we are getting the collection. But here the query I have given is select top 1 star from bulk orders. Means this will return the top 1 row of the sheet. So we are fetching only one row, because with this one row we can find how many columns are there. That is why just we are fetching only one row. As soon as we get one row, we can count the number of columns. Now we got the first row. See, column count 7. So there are 7 columns here. If in this statement or in this SQL query, we don't need to enter the count of the column. We need this one, G. See, for first one, we can give A, but we don't know how many columns are there. If there are 7 columns, then we have to put G. So we don't know the count of rows and the columns. So there can be 1000 rows or 1000 columns, 1 row or 1 lakh rows. So if there are 1 lakh or more than 1 lakh rows, then our collection or our Blue Prism can throw an exception. So to mitigate this issue, we are gonna read the data in batches. So we will read first 1000 rows, then next 1000, then next 1000, and so on. Okay, and we are gonna use this query, because when we read the first 1000 rows like this one, then in first 1000 we will get the headers. But when we read the next 1000 rows, we won't get the header, because in OLEDB the first row became the header. So here our first row is this one, A1 to Z1. So this will become the header automatically. But in next, when we fetch the data from 1001 to 2000 and so on, we won't get this first row. So the 1000 first row will become our header. So to mitigate this issue, means we every time we need the header in our collection. Yeah, when we read the data from 1001 to 2000, then first row will become header. But we don't need the header, means we don't need this data in as header, because for processing purpose we need these column names. So that is why. And also in OLEDB we can't define the collection names, and if we give the value of this header no, then this will take automatically headers. Mean this will take default headers, which are F1, F2, F3, F4. So if we give the value no, then the F1, F2 will become our headers. But we need the real headers, means this one, these ones. So now that is why we are using this union all statement. Every time this will remain same, means we are gonna fetch the header in first row, and then we will fetch the 1000 rows. Means first we fetch from A1 to G1000. In next we will fetch A1000 to G2000. In next one we will fetch 2000 to 3000, and so on until we reach the end of the file. Okay, so this is how we are gonna read the data, and in all the statements this header will remain constant. So first row will be always header, and OLEDB will make this first row as the header of the collection or the fields of the collection. So we are gonna use this query in our SQL statement as a SQL statement and get the collection. But see, we know first column name is always A, and so we don't need to change this. But the value of G will maybe different for different sheets. If there are more than 7 rows, 7 columns, then the value should be H, I, J, or like that. So that is why we are counting the columns. Now we got the columns and we are using this expression to update our query, because in first iteration we need this query, means A1 to Z1000, and in next one we need this one. So every time this value are changing. So first we need the value of the column name, one column, then the value of the column is A, for two columns B and C, so on. Let me show you this one. Like if we give 65, then we will get A, C, A. Okay, but we need A for 1, means if the column count is 1, we need A. If column count is 2, we need B. So but if we give 1, then it will return some another character, or means some special character. So what we will do is we will add 64 in column count. Let's say if column count is 1, we will get A. If column count is 7, we will get G. See, we can see for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if there are 7 columns, then the value is G, the value of the range. Similarly, if we give 26, we will get Z. Okay. So you can create logic as per your requirements if your sheet contains more than 26 column. But our sheet contains less than 26, so we are using this formula. Open this. So yeah, this is the same as I have written here. Select star from bulk orders. A1, because A1 remain constant or every time, and the value of G can change, and this one will remain same because G1, B1, A1 means A1, B1, A1, C1, A1, G1. It all depends upon the number of columns. So only this value will get changed, this value, this one. So we are using this formula. We are adding 64 in the column counts. Okay. After that, union all and select star, means next statement for selecting the 1000 rows, this statement. So in this one, see, first the value of this one for range, this one is 1, then 1000, then 2000, and here 1000, 2000, 3000. So we can select a limit or a range or something like that, means we need only 1000 rows each time, or we need a batch of 2000 rows, we need a batch of 5000 rows. So we can set the limit as per our requirements or as per our system. So I am selecting 1000 rows each time. Okay, if the limit is 1000, okay, then this G1 is limit. Okay, and now we have updated the limit. In next iteration, what we do is we have added limit plus 1000. Now limit became 2000. So here in place of 2000 we can write limit, and here we can use the old limit. Okay, we can store the old limit in like, see, let me show you. We store the old limit in this temp, and we can use here temp, a temp. Now the value of, see, the value of limit is 1000 in first step, in first iteration. So this will become the limit, means G1000, and in next step we have stored the limit value in temp, and we have increased the limit of, means we have added 1000 in the old limit. Now 8 temp means 8000, because temp contains 1000, and G limit means this limit became now 2000. Similarly we can do for next iteration, means that we can follow this formula. The old limit will store into temp, and the new limit will increase by 1000. Similarly we are doing here, instead of temp we are using row count, and here for column name we are using this formula again, and limit. Okay, and we are updating the value of limit here in this multi calculation stage. So for first iteration, let me execute this. See, our query will become select star from bulk orders from A1 to G1, union all and select star from bulk orders A1 to G 10,000. Here our limit is 10,000. You can see 10,000. Let me change this limit to 1,000. Now see, we go 1,000. So you can update the value of limit as per your requirements. I'm using 1,000 limit and select star from bulk order A1 to G1000. Okay. So this will get the collection, means now our query has updated. This will get the 1,000 rows from the sheet. And this, see, we got 1,000 rows because first row has become the first row became our this one headers fields of the collection. Now you can see we got the 1,000 row 999. Order date is 999. Go to sheet, bulk order sheet, and you can see triple no here in 1,000 row. 1,000th row. Sub processing means if we want to use this collection or add the data in collection or whatever we want to do with this data, we can do that. Means we can process that data and then we will fetch the next 1,000 or the next available rows. So now we will update the rows count and limit. See, we are adding 1,000 in limit and we are setting old limit as row count, means that temporary limit. We are setting value of row count as the existing limit, and after that we are adding 1,000 in the limit. Select star from bulk order A1 to G1. This will fetch the headers, and after that select star from 8,000 to G2000 like we discussed here. A2000 to or A1000 to 2000, and next iteration 2000 to 3000 like. Now this will fetch the next 1,000 rows. Okay, see, we can see now 1,000 rows here. In first iteration we will get 999 rows. In next iteration we will get the 1,000 rows, because that A1 this one is the part of header, means this one we are fetching this row 2 times. In first iteration, first we are selecting A1 to G1, and in next statement we are fetching A1 to G1000. So we are fetching this statement 2 times, this row 2 times. That's why in first iteration we are getting 999 rows. Now you can see here, in last iteration we fetch the rows from till 999. Now we fetch from 1,000 to 1,999. So similarly, next iteration we will get the rows from 2,000 to 2,999, and in next 3,000 to 3,999, and so on. So this is kind of deadlock. Every time it will fetch see, update the query, then get the collection, then sub process or whatever processing you want to do, and update the limit, and again fetch the data. Now the question is, how will we means this is kind of infinite loop. Now the question is, how will we come out of this infinite loop? Let me this sheet contains more than 1,000 rows. Let me change the sheet name to sales order, and this sheet contains 1,100 rows, 1189 rows. So in first iteration we will fetch 1,000 rows, and in next iteration we will fetch 188 rows, and then we will come out of this loop, infinite loop. Let me change the values. Now we are fetching the data from sales order, and we will see how will we come out of that loop. The number of columns are same. So see, A1 to G1 and A1 to 1,000. See, in this we are fetching the first row 2 times, A1 to G1, then again A1 to G100, means first row will fetch 2 times. That's why we are getting 999 rows only. See, we are getting 999 rows in first attempt. Now again, now see, we got only 189 rows which are left in the sheet. See, we got rows till 11188. Now we are done with the processing. It will again fetch change the limit, and it will look for 1,000 to it will look for 2,000 to 3,000 range, but there isn't any data in that range. Now we will get an error. See, This table contains cells that are outside the range of the cells defined in the separate sheets. Means we are kind of out of range. Means the data we are trying to fetch is out of range. So this is how we will come out of the this infinite loop or the this logic, this deadlock. So as soon as we get this error, we will check, means is that error is out of range error, and yes, if this is the out of range error, means we are done with the reading of the data. So we will resume the, if that error, we will resume the flow and close the OLEDB connection. Okay, we can close the OLEDB connection, means we are done with reading of the data, means we have read all the rows of an Excel sheet. And if that error message contains some another error, or means if there is any another issue or error occur, then we will throw the exception, else we will resume the flow and close the exception. So this is how we can read all the data with the help of this logic. We will read the data in batches and process the data and then fetch the next